Welcome to Simple Human Design, the place where we break down this huge and complex system into bite-sized pieces so that you can start to understand, embody, and love your design. I'm Charlie, and I'm a qualified Living Your Design guide, a 5/1 Splenic Projector here to guide you on your journey to empowerment using this transformational system. Uncover your true self, decondition from who you've always been taught to be, and find the quirks that make you you to start living your life with ease and flow, leaving that relentless pressure that society puts on you. You ready to dive in? Let's get started. Welcome back to Simple Human Design. I'm Charlie, and today I want to talk to you guys all about manifestors and whether you yourself might be acting like a manifestor. And it's okay if you are, because we are actually all conditioned in this world to be like manifestors, to initiate, to go, and like get what we want, really. And if you think about the world that we live in, if you think about, capitalism and how it's a very masculine world, and how feminism has really sort of brought us women up and just said to us, you have the ability to do anything you want, women. You can go out there and do what you want. All you have to do is step up there and get it. And whilst these messages are empowering and they really do help people to get out of situations, can help you get out of limited mindset, it can get you out of your corporate life where you're really not loving it, can help you get out of an abusive relationship. You have that empowerment to just go, hey, I know what I want in this life and I am going to step out and I'm going to get it. And whilst this is absolutely amazing, I wouldn't want to dampen anyone in any way, shape, or form of this amazing mindset that you can absolutely do anything you want. We also need to make sure that we are really and truly living a life in alignment, because otherwise we're going to come across lots and lots of obstacles in our way. We're going to feel like we are having issues with resistance. You might sort of have someone come up to you and say, oh, you should do this. And then you'll be like, oh, yeah, that sounds amazing. And then before you know it, you'll be procrastinating on it. You won't be able to move forward on it. And also our ego minds just hold us back and get in our own way. And we come up with excuses as to why we don't want to do things. And really, this resistance that we have in our lives is because we're not using our strategy in the human design system. Let's take it back to manifestors and why a lot of people in this world are actually conditioned to be manifestors. So like I said, we live in this capitalist and, amazingly empowering feminist world where people are told to go out there and get what they want. So with a manifestor, the manifestor in the human design system, they're about 9% of the world. These are people who internally can just come up with something, an idea, whatever it is, something creative, and they are the only ones that can just come up with it by themselves and they can just go with it. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you can't if you're not a manifestor. It's just that if you really think about it as a generator or manifesting generator, it's probably this kind of concept of being able to come up with an idea by yourself. What's happening if you really think about it? Let's say you have an idea for a membership, right? What is actually happening is you are responding to a need that's out there in your audience. Maybe a client has said, oh, this would be amazing. Or maybe somebody in your circle, maybe you're in a group coaching program or something like that. This person or these people are probably sort of giving you an idea of some kind for you to then respond to, for you to then go, oh, yes, I really think I should do that. So you might come up with an idea, but it will be based on what is around you, what is being said, what you hear, what you see, etc. With manifestors, they come up with things that isn't necessarily in response to the environment that they're in. They come up with that idea by themselves in their own aura. Okay. Now, this is what helps them to be able to initiate new and very impactful ideas into the world. So, when you are, as a generator, as a projector, as a reflector, for example, when you're coming up with ideas, we just need to make sure that we take a step back a moment and we say to ourselves, okay, so this idea, has it been in response to something that somebody said? Or as a projector, has it been something that you have been invited into? Have you been recognized to be able to hold space for a community? And then have you been invited into that? Because if you have not used your strategy and your authority as well, of course, to make the decision of whether this is actually correct for you or not, what is going to happen is that thing that you decide that you want to do is probably going to fall flat on its face. So, as a projector, I know that I can absolutely come up with ideas that nobody has done before, and or it could be, well, yeah, somebody has done that before, but I want to do it and I want to do it my way. So I might come up with an idea and I will put it out there. But more often than not, if I have not been invited into that particular thing, then I won't get anybody signing up to that particular offer. And sometimes, and I remember I did it for some voice note coaching. So I just decided that there were a couple of people like in my periphery that were talking to me, but they weren't quite fitting in with any of the products that I had for them. They were a little bit further down the road in human design than I usually, when I usually talk to people. And I felt like one of the best things for them would be to have a monthly voice note coaching. So essentially, they'd be able to voice note me Monday to Friday, had some set times they could voice note me 8 hours during the day. And, it was just a product that it was a light touch product, but they would be able to message me and talk things out. They'd message me and ask questions about their chart or somebody else's chart in their life. And it would be a really nice relationship with someone just to have that light touch, just to help them to bring something into awareness and to have somebody else explain something in a slightly different way. So I set this up and I didn't set it up based on the fact that someone had said to me, "Oh, Charlie, this is what I think I would love from you right now." It wasn't like I was recognized and invited for it. I just looked at other people and said, I think that this is what they need. Now, when I set this up and started marketing it, I did not get a single bite on it. And it's because I did not follow my strategy. Yes, it was, something that I came up with, and, it was an intuitive thing that I came up with. So it was very splenic. It was very much like, oh, yeah, I think, these people would love this. But I was not invited. At the end of the day, if I'm not invited for something, then it's going to fall flat on its face. So, this is just a little bit of an example to help you to understand the difference between how a manifestor initiates and how you, as a generator or a projector, can actually sit there and respond or wait for that recognition and invitation. So, I hope that that's cleared things up a little bit, because when you do things like I've just said, like, just create something just, off the back of, what you can see or your intuition, this is where you are acting like a manifestor, and you are not a manifestor. If you're a manifestor and you're listening to this, hopefully you'll get this like little understanding of like how you work as well, and that's how, the rest of the world works. So hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. Now, if you are a manifestor and you're listening to this, then the one thing that I want to help you to understand a little bit more is, yes, you can come up with these ideas, and yes, you are amazing, because those ideas can have impact out there in the world. But I want you to also follow your strategy as well. Now, the manifestor strategy, which is to inform, is actually one of the most uncomfortable strategies there are in the human design system. And this is because when you say to a generator, oh, you're here to respond. So let's say, going back to my example, somebody says to you, oh, it'd be really amazing if you could do like a little membership that's about £30 a month. And I'd love to join in with that. And, it would be amazing. You as a generator can respond to that using your authority, and you'll be like, yes, oh my goodness, that sounds so amazing. I would love to do that. Let's put that together. And then you work out, what exactly you're going to do. That is how you are designed to do it. But as a generator or a manifesting generator, you don't really need to go out there and do the whole informing thing. With a manifestor, you do need to inform people. So with the generator, it's a very easy way of using your strategy. Like your strategy feels easy. You yourself haven't really had to do anything. You just kind of go, oh yeah, I should do that. Great. And then you go and buzz around and you do it. Whereas with the manifestor, you need to inform people. You need to make sure that people understand what it is that you're doing. And when you're informing people, that informing is not for you. So it won't make you feel better. Okay, I'm telling you that now. It will be uncomfortable and you won't like it. However, it is really important for you to still inform because it's to make other people in your audience feel better about what you're doing. Because otherwise you're going to rush off, going to leave people in the wake of what you're doing, and they're just going to be standing around going, huh? What on earth is she doing now? What on earth has she talked about now? And they won't understand what is going on. So informing is a really important part of your strategy. But like I say, a lot of other human design types, they have a very natural affinity to waiting to respond or waiting for the invitation or just simply waiting in the reflector's terms. It is easy to wait because waiting is active, right? So I hope you have got a little bit more of an understanding now about the manifestor and the way that they work, and a little bit of a conscious understanding of where in your life you may have been acting like a manifestor and where you need to then step back and say, right, have I used my strategy? Have I used my authority to make this decision to put this out into the world? So let me know what you think. I hope you've enjoyed, and please, if you've got any questions, drop me a text. There is a link in the show notes of this episode, and you can basically drop me a little text and you can ask me questions, maybe tell me what else you want me to talk about on this podcast. And yeah, it would be great to hear from you. So thanks very much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Simple Human Design. Thank you for listening to Simple Human Design. I'm Charlie, and there's nothing more that I love than seeing business owners thrive because they understand their design. I work with them through one-to-one readings and leadership coaching to help them to swim with the flow of their design and not against it. I also work with coaches to teach them how to use human design in their business to get client results faster and to receive raving testimonials and referrals for their coaching practice. Check out the links in the show notes or send me a DM on Instagram for more information.